I, Brad, take you, Annalise, to be my wife, and I promise, before God and these witnesses, to be your loving and faithful husband, in plenty and in want, in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health, as long as we both shall live.
I, Annalise, take you, Brad, to be my husband, and I promise, before God and these witnesses, to be your loving and faithful wife, in plenty and in want, in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health, as long as we both shall live.
Annalise, let's talk about you first. When I first met you, I was a young youth pastor trying to figure out how to disciple students. You were a young preteen trying to figure out how to be a teenager. Not only that, but you were learning to transition from living in a foreign country to being established here in the U.S. You and me are quite different, and so it took some time for both of us to figure out how to work well with each other. But as we both got older, and I think more mature, I very much came to appreciate your sensitivity and what you brought to the table as the hands and feet of Jesus. Brad, as has been the case for the last several weddings that I have done, I've known you for far less time. Really, our relationship began as we stepped into our first session of premarital counseling at Culver's. I knew you were trying to figure me out as I was doing the same to you. What I have come to learn about you is that you are gentle, you are confident but willing to learn, and you are set on serving your bride to be. You have been a good steward of what God has resourced you with, and I am confident that you will continue to learn to lead Annalise towards Christ in the days ahead. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they care for their body, just as Christ does the church, for we are members of his body. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Annalise, Brad, by your vows before God, before all of us as witnesses, by solemn consent and promise, by the giving and receiving of rings, and by the joining of hands, God has bound you together as one in covenant marriage. I pronounce you to be husband and wife, what God has joined together, let no human being ever separate. Brad, would you like to kiss your new bride? Yes. Please, by all means.
So Annalise and I met my freshman year, and she told me this thing where she said, I am not going to date anybody the first year of school, or at least at minimum the first semester. Fast forward, we have a pandemic, life goes on. We start school at the end of August, and they are dating by September 1st. So thank you for lying to me, I appreciate it. So since then, it's just been a joy to watch them fall in love and just get to just grow together. And over this past year, it's just been amazing to watch them grow together and get to where we are now, and I'm super excited for them and their future together.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luke Howard. It's a pleasure to be here. I remember my first impression of Brad pretty vividly, actually. Brad has been with me through difficult periods of time in my life. He's been with me through easy periods of time in my life, and we've had lots of fun together, messing around, playing Minecraft, playing just various stupid games that waste time, because that's what we like to do. I remember him teaching me rocket science. I remember him, I just overall never a dull moment with Brad. And I always remember him with Annalise. And I wish that I could be in front of you all today. And I wish that I could say that I am Brad's best friend. But in all honesty, I think that would do disjustice to the relationship between the person sitting next to him. And I think that anyone who is lucky enough to have a relationship like they do is gifted more than what they think they can even realize. I would love to be able to wish them luck in their marriage, but in all honesty, I don't think that they need it.